everyone. So today I'm cleaning up this flower bed. It's the edge of the cottage garden and you can see it needs some work. Perennials need to be cut back. Peonies all need to be cut back. So I'm taking you along on this journey and I think this is the week that I'm using to catch up. Dahlias need to be pinched. Those that are tall enough for pinching, like this one. This one's getting ready to open. I didn't pinch that back. I should have. Yarrow needs to be cut back and so does the Nepeta. So a bit of work here. And I also have been working on training the rose bush up the arbor. So these are really good jobs that you get instant satisfaction as a gardener. So you see the results of your work and it makes you feel good. Now, garden maintenance is something that I will be honest, I sometimes procrastinate over if I get too far behind, and that's how I felt. But Rob came through here and helped me and did a lot of the weeding. So one of the other things I've been doing is adding more petunias along the edge. Now, I bought a pile of petunias on sale at Superstore for fillers. And you know what? That's a good thing to do, and it's a practice I'm going to make every year. So because I went with pink and I grew the pink passion seed, I now can add in some wave and some regular petunias to fill the gaps. And one of the issues with this bed and the whole thing was a water issue. Now Rob has put in a hose reel and everything, and the water issue is not a problem. And I went with a hose reel instead of drip. Now we might do drip eventually, but quite honestly, I don't feel like dealing with the problem other than in containers where I think drip is really where it belongs. I don't want to deal with plugged lines and replacing lines. So having a hose reel that extends across the entire cottage garden seems to be the way to go. So let's get at this. I want to get some of this cleaned up and then we'll start pinching back some of the plants and that. But I am loving how this is looking, and this is a bed that should probably come out another foot and a half, and then I can move things like the phlox, creeping phlox, and some of those items forward. That looks better, all cleaned up. Now the petunias can have some light along the bottom there, and on we go. So let's cut back some of this Perennials as we do this. It really needs to be done. This will allow me now to come in here and put some more petunias in. Rob has put a fence up here to hold these back for mowing, so it definitely needs to be done. When they encroach where you mow, that's just a disaster waiting to happen. All right, let's deal with this rose over here. And the climber. Okay, this looks so much better. It's nice and clean. Now we're going to go through and we're going to pinch back the dahlias. I've done a few already. And basically all I do is I go into them and you'll usually see 3 buds here. I think this is probably a good one down below. See, see if I can zoom in. Okay, see down here, there's 2 there, this one. So you want to pinch out the second one. Very carefully pinch it out like that, because this encourages the center bud, or the one you leave behind, to get large, so your flowers are larger. So that's why you want to do that. In these ones here, if you want the plant to be taller, you're going to come in here and see this stalk here. There's a bud in there, but we can make this plant taller by just pinching off that stem. So that is how I like to care for my dahlias, especially the larger decorative or dinner plate. And see, look at here, this is an example. You got 2 here, so this one's not going to be as big as what it should be, because it has to share the energy from this one here. So the best time to get and remove those little buds for the energy to go to one is right now, when they're like this. Just when you start seeing them, go through them and pick them out. Once they get to this point here, then you probably want to leave them. So you just go through and check them all, and you can usually feel them if there is anything there. Like there's one there. I'm going to pinch this one here out to help the plant grow. Now, one other thing I want to do with these plants is I noticed that something's been chewing on the leaves. There's one that I noticed, but first we'll finish this one here that has 2 shoots on it. There's 1, there's 2. So that's how you pinch your dahlias. So that one's a good one right here. See, it's got the small one there and the large one there. So just take the small one out. Better. So I noticed something has been eating my zinnias. I suspect it is a caterpillar that comes out at night, and it's been feasting on them. So I took diatomaceous earth. This is what I've been using, the food grade, and I put on it. They are not touching the foxglove yet, but I am seeing the odd little hole. So I'm really hoping they don't touch them, because they're getting so big and they're going to be a fantastic display. So I've treated them all in here, and I'm hoping that helps, because this bed is all new. By the way, I'm loving these beds. Now that they're higher, the soil is so soft, easy to weed. I can go through them fast. Huge difference. But back to the topic. So I came through here and I powdered them, but something is in my dahlias now. So we're going to come through and we're going to powder them, and I'll show you what I see happening. And you can start seeing there's a few little bite marks on the leaves there, and there's a variegated leaf. At least it looks variegated, but it's actually the sun, and they're starting to chomp on them. So we're going to treat these. Here's a really good example, and this is where the wasps were, right there. You can see where they've been chomped on, and see all the dead wasps that I killed. Nasty, man. I'm so glad Rob didn't get bit. That could have been a trip to emergency. Anyhow, we're just gonna lightly spray them over the leaves just to protect the plant. Sometimes that's what it takes. Last year, this bed, I don't know what it is, but this is the one bed that always gets attacked. There's just something about this bed. And see, that one's, I better do too. So I decided this year I'm going to get ahead of the game and powder them. I'll have to go pick up some more. This is a small one. You can buy larger ones of the food grade at your big box stores. I usually go to Canadian Tire, that kind of thing, and buy it. I don't see them anywhere near the flowering kale. And by the way, it's taken off now that I finally got it planted. My God, am I slow this year. So I don't seem to be bothered by that. But you never know what it's going to pick on. See, these foxglove are fine. I see the odd little mark in it. That's just because how fast they're growing. But look at how they've pushed the petunias out of the way. It's kind of exciting. So what I think I had left was the Dalmatian peach. The Dalmatian white is what's in here. There might be the odd pink. I need more of the pinks. And these are the first year bloomers. So I got them from Johnny's Seeds because they sell them. Let's do this one. A little bit, there's some bite marks in that one. Make sure I get my little ones in the front here. And that's a hydrangea. They're finally starting to pick up a little bit this year. They've been very slow over here because they don't get that much sun, as I would like them to. We'll just get that really good. I'm pretty generous with the powder. See the bite marks in that one? Oh yeah, they're hard at it. So we'll just make life a little tougher on them. All right, that job is done. Yay! I just want to talk a few minutes about the foxglove. I mentioned it as we went through here. Nothing's eating it. But I also want to talk about these plants in general. I am seeing a huge difference in the size of these leaves and these plants, putting them in a raised bed. They're massive compared to when I put them in the garden. This is something that if they bloom as beautifully as they look right now, I'm going to be one happy person, and we'll be repeating this every year. In fact, I have 2 more of these clover containers, raised beds to put in, but I might even put more of them in because the beds and I'm assuming this is why they get warm. So they absorb the sun, they're smaller, and they stay warmer, so the plants do better. But look at that. So that is worth repeating. As I work through all the maintenance jobs in my garden and try to catch up on everything, I will take you guys with me and share with some of the things I do and some of my tips. I'm sure you guys do a lot of these same things, but maybe there's something different I do or something different you do that would be very beneficial to all of us gardeners that you could share with us. So in the comments, list some of the things you do to maintain your garden and what works best for you in keeping things looking beautiful. So thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe, and let's keep this channel growing. Us cold climate gardeners, no matter where we live, our seasons can be very short, and we will have to work very hard at it to make things beautiful, but it's well worth it. Bye everybody.